and welcome to my channel. My name's April. So today I'm going to be sharing my warm reviews for Bring Back My Bar. I went ahead and I warmed 10 scents already, and let's just jump right in. I do have some notes that I wrote down because I want to give a thorough, in-depth review of how they did for me and my opinions on them. All right, so let's get started. First, we have Happy Birthday. Now, this was sparkling sugar, fluffy whipped cream, and vanilla extract. So I did go through the full bar and I melted this in my kitchen, and it was an excellent performer. I would say an 8 out of 10, which was really surprising because bakery scents aren't always the strongest scents. And it was actually very long lasting. I had it in my warmers for 24 hours and I could still smell it. So this was just a warm, rich, like right out of the oven cake with a sweet, creamy vanilla frosting. So I know a lot of people are wondering, what is the difference between like Happy Birthday, and I pulled out a bar of my birthday wishes. Okay, so this is what how I feel about it. So let's talk about birthday wishes. So birthday wishes is like your mom bakes you a cake and she pulls out a box of Betty Crocker cake mix and she follows the directions to a T, measures every ingredient, and it's just perfect. Everything she puts in is exactly how it's supposed to be. And it's great because she followed the recipe perfectly and you get this delicious, warm, yellow cake with vanilla buttercream frosting, and it's just, it's delicious. Yeah. So then along comes Happy Birthday. And this is a cake that your grandma makes. So she doesn't use a box mix. Oh no, not in her kitchen. She doesn't even follow a recipe because she knows it all in her head because she's baked cakes for years and it's something that her mom taught her. So she's baking her cake and she's putting in all of the ingredients, and what you get is this delicious, rich, marbled cake with an extra layer of vanilla frosting because that's your favorite, and it's just perfect and delicious because your grandma made you this cake. So both are great scents because they're cake, but I personally want grandma's cake because grandma made it and she is the best baker in the world. So yeah. Will I be repurchasing this? You better believe it. I'm going to pick up a 6-pack when it's available June 1st, and I'm going to actually add 3 bars to my bi-monthly club. And there is a possibility that Birthday Wishes might get the boot. I'm not sure yet, but Happy Birthday, the most delicious cake scent I have smelled, and it's a better performer than Birthday Wishes, and it's delicious. So I highly recommend Happy Birthday if you love those bakery cake scents. That was one of my absolute favorites. I loved it. Okay. Next, we're going to talk about Plum and White Woods. So this is sweet raspberry preserves, damson plum, and vanilla orchid. And I did melt through a whole bar. Let's see, I warmed this in my master bedroom and it was a good performer. I'd say about a 7 out of 10, and it was fairly long lasting. Again, I left this in my warmers for over 24 hours and I could still smell it. It just kept ticking along. So this is a sweet, fruity, perfumey, feminine scent, and it's very balanced. And the combination of the raspberries and the plums and the orchid is just beautiful. It's absolutely just beautiful. And one thing to note is, like, I personally didn't get like a lot of that vanilla orchid. I think like it's not so much of a floral scent where it's more of like that perfumey body care kind of a scent. Delicate white woods were in there, and I think that was just giving it balance and just kind of making it sophisticated and just really, really beautiful. I would say stick to probably bedrooms and maybe the bathroom. I don't know if it would do super great in an open concept. It might, because I mean, it was a good performer, but For me personally, I think this is more like a bedroom kind of a scent. I don't know if I would want this like throughout my whole entire house, just because it's more of that perfumey body care kind of scent. So will this be a repurchase? Yes, I am going to pick up a 6-pack when it's available, and I'm going to put 1 bar into my quarterly club. Really, really nice, beautiful, feminine, girly, perfumey scent. Okay, next is a fuzzy blanket. And I went through, let's see, 4 cubes. So I melted 4 cubes in my bathroom. So I had 2 in my hallway bathroom and 2 in my master bathroom. So this is a sweet, cuddly, soft laundry scent. You get kind of the equal parts of the lavender, the sandalwood, and that honeysuckle. And it's not really floral. It's just adding like a sweetness to it. Yeah, it's really pretty. This was not as strong of a performer as I was expecting, because these kinds of laundry scents, usually they're sometimes overpowering, but this was fairly light. I would say like maybe a 4.5 out of 10. And that was not in a big space either. So what I got was like a cozy, cuddly nighttime scent. I think you should try this if you like those scents. If you like lavender scents, maybe give this a try. And if you like this kind of like laundry scents, maybe pick this one up. So will this be a repurchase for me? No, and it's not because I don't like it. I do. It's just I typically don't like these kinds of like lavender laundry scents, but it is actually really pretty. And if you like those kinds of scents, I think that you will like this a lot. If you were a fan of Snuggle Up, this is very similar, but maybe a little more feminine. So that is Fuzzy Blanket. Okay, next up is, where is it at? Oh, where did it go? Here it is, Churro Churro. So the scent notes are baked pastry and cinnamon sugar. And I did melt through the whole bar. And I put this in my living room. So this is just the yummiest, warm, deep fried, like sweet dough with like a heavy dousing of sweet cinnamon sugar. I freaking love this scent. Oh, so good. And it still smells so good in here. This is like amazing. I was hoping that fried ice cream would be a lot like this. And I'm glad that this Churro Churro came back, because it's so much better than fried ice cream. So this was actually fairly decent performer. I would say maybe a 6.5 to a 7 out of 10 in my living room. And while it may not be like a boomer of a scent, it filled the room and I could absolutely smell everything. That's my cat, Ozzy, kitty. Oh my gosh, so sorry. She's trying to get into a room she doesn't need to be in. She sounds like a werewolf. So where was I? Yeah, so it's like, I would say about a medium light. Yeah. Very room filling, definitely smell it. And it was a very steady as she goes kind of a scent. Left this in for 24 hours, like in my warmers, and I could still smell it when I walked in the living room the next morning. So I think it did really, really well. So, I also feel, and dare I say, this might be in my top 5 favorite Scentsy Bakery scents of all time, just because like the fried dough aspect, it's perfect. And the sweet cinnamon sugar, it's perfect. Like balanced and just so delicious. I would say you could absolutely mix this with different scents, but I think it's so great on its own too. So will this be a repurchase? Yes, you better believe it. I'm gonna pick up 6 bars when it's available and put 2 bars in my in my bi-monthly club, because I loved that one. Okay, next is Whiteout. So the scent description is cool peppermint, sweet golden apple, and frosty winter pine. And I did melt through the whole entire bar as well. And I warmed this in my office. So this was a decent performer. It wasn't great, but again, it was like room filling, And I would say it was kind of like a light plus on the verge to like a medium light. Really nice. And again, a steady scent. I left it in for 24 hours. So this is a unique and subdued peppermint sweet kind of a scent. It's not one that I've really smelled before. You definitely get like this sweet golden apple and maybe just like a chef's kiss of the pine. Really, really beautiful. You also get like this fresh dousing of like fresh cool air with the peppermint. And I think that's what's kind of subduing that peppermint scent, because for me in my nose, it is not like a crazy heavy strong peppermint kind of a scent. Absolutely gorgeous. Oh, and one thing to note, and I think it was Melted Michelle was saying that she looked on her clam and saw like a pour date. I think it was May 9th where it was poured. So this is a super duper recent pour. So I think that maybe having this sit a little while might help make it be a little bit stronger, but still, it was still absolutely beautiful. So will this be a repurchase? Yes, absolutely. This is a scent that was not on my radar, but I fell in love. I will be picking up a 6-pack and putting 1 bar of Whiteout in my quarterly club. So happy you guys voted that one back because I had no idea how good it is. Okay, next is Cashmere Pear. And I'm going to read the scent notes off my paper because I didn't write this one on the back. It is white amber, Madagascar vanilla, silky pear, and red ginger. And I melted 6 cubes in my office. So this was a very light scent. Yeah, I would say it was like maybe a 4 out of a 10. And I had to put my nose up to the warmer to really be able to get a feel for what this scent was. It was just so freaking light. So when I did put my nose up to the warmer, I got a little bit of pear, a lot of the cashmere, and it was almost like a powdery kind of a cashmere, and a little bit of the warm ginger, which is interesting because on cold, I feel like I get more of that warm ginger. But when it was melting on warm, it was very light, that aspect. So I kind of wish I could have smelled it a little bit stronger, so maybe I could get a better feel for this scent. Again, this may be a really new pour too. I tried looking at the pour date and I can't tell. So I don't know if this is typical for this scent to be this light or not. So will this be a repurchase for me? No, it won't. Number one, just because it was so dang light, I really don't know, if I liked it a whole lot or not, but from what I could smell, it was just kind of okay, not a favorite. So yeah, I think I'm gonna pass on this one, and that is Cashmere Pear. Okay, next one. I'm excited to talk about this, White Sands. And I don't have the notes on the back, so I will read them off. Scentsy says, night blooming jasmine, softened by coconut milk and rice, enveloped in the gentlest breeze. And I did go ahead and melt through a full bar, and I put this one in my master bedroom. So this was like a nice steady scent. I have about a 6.5 out of 7, 6.5 to 7 out of 10. And this was just a warm, comforting, creamy coconut scent. A little bit of that rice, I think, just giving even more creaminess. And the night blooming jasmine, I think it just gave it sweetness, because on cold, I was not the biggest fan. In fact, I think I said I felt a little deflated on the scent because I felt it was really, really floral on cold. But on warm, that was not present. It was just like all together creamy, sweet coconut, the rice adding a little bit more creaminess, and maybe just a touch of floral, which gave it just like a beautiful, sweet scent. So I really, really like this one. So I'm so thankful that I think it was Elizabeth and Brandy said, oh, no, you need to warm this to appreciate the scent. And yes, absolutely. So good. So will this be a repurchase? Yes, it will. I'm going to pick up another 6-pack, and I'm going to put 1 bar in my quarterly club, and that is White Sands. Fantastic. I am so happy that I warmed it and gave it a try, because It's beautiful, and that just goes to show that you really do need to warm through your wax, because you may like something on cold and not so much on warm, or maybe you didn't like it on cold and you loved it on warm. So super important to do that. Okay, next is Harbor's Edge, and I melted 4 cubes, and I put this one in my 2 cubes in my hallway bath and 2 cubes in my master bathroom. So I have down here crisp, oh, let me read the scent description really quickly. Let me find it. Okay. Beach grass, flowering raspberry, and northern oak fern, and salty musk. So to me, this was a crisp ocean breeze scent with wafts of earthy greenery. I would say it was like an average performer, maybe 5.5 out of 10, 5.5 to 6 out of 10. Not overly strong, but not super light. I did not like this scent on cold at all, but I will say scent appeal did go up a little bit for me on warm. This was more like an outdoorsy, ocean airy kind of a scent. It wasn't too salty sea air, which I'm not a fan of. So will this be repurchased? No, not really, because it was nice. I liked it more on warm, but I still wasn't like in love with it. And I typically don't warm these kinds of scents very often. If I want a clean scent, I'm gonna go for like aloe water and cucumber, or aloe vera and ivy, something like that. So not a repurchase, but I think a lot of people are gonna like this scent. If you like those salty sea air kinds of bars, give this one a try. But yeah, not for me. I'll finish this one up and I'll enjoy that. Okay, this one. Okay, this one. Cherry vanilla. And I did warm through the whole entire bar. Scent notes. Delightful swirl of candied cherry, sugared almonds, and white chocolate ice cream. So, melted this in my kitchen. Strength was average, about a 6 out of 10. I don't even know where to begin with this scent. This is a very odd cherry scent. I would say it's not quite cough syrup. No, it's not. But I would say like a Luden cough drop. They're sweet. They're kind of good. It's on the verge of that and like a cherry lifesaver. So kind of like that. That's the cherry note I get. There was a weird note though with it, and I did not like this bar on warm. I would say the first 12 hours, that cherry was just like, really strong and just not my favorite kind of a cherry scent. After 12 hours, that kind of went away, and I think I was getting more of the almond and maybe like that white chocolate ice cream. Very subtle though, not like super strong, but that was coming out more, and I did like this scent more when it was smelling like that. But I cannot get over the initial 12 hours of the weird cherry note. I didn't like it. And I am a fan of cherry scents in general, but for me, this one is a no-no. So yeah, will this be repurchased? No, I don't understand this scent. Yeah, it's just odd. No, I prefer scents like maraschino sugar cookie and apple cherry strudel, but yeah, this one is a no, so not for me. And finally, we have Hemingway. Okay, scent notes are rich, ripe apples and warm, woody accents of sandalwood and cedar with hints of spice. So I did melt through a full bar in my living room, and I would say this was an average performer, maybe a 6 out of 10. I was really expecting it to be a lot stronger because on cold, it seems like it's going to be a lot stronger, but it was, you know, average 6 out of 10. So this was a nice fall red apple scent, and you do get like a bit of the warm spices and a little bit of earthiness from the woody notes. This is like a sophisticated fall apple kind of a scent. It's actually really beautiful and not overly strong, which I think I actually appreciate, because these scents can sometimes get a little headache inducing, But this one, no, this was great. Everything was very balanced and it was just like a nice steady scent. And I did leave this one in for 24 hours. I don't know if I said this before, but everything I left in for 24 hours. So for me, this would be like a lovely bar to have between like late September and November. Definitely a fall bar. Warm, cozy kind of a scent. If you like those, give this one a try. If you like apple scents, I would try this. I think this is way better than the bar that was it called Falling Apples from the fall winter catalog. This is like way better than that. So will this be a repurchase for me? Actually, yes. I think I'm going to pick up one more bar and save it for the fall because I think I can really appreciate just how good it is during the fall. But I did really like this one, and it was a scent I had not tried before. So, okay, you guys, we did it. That's it. Those are the first 10 Bring Back My bars that I did warm. I'm taking my time with these. I'm not going to just rush and just melt, you know, something for the sake of just melting it. I am going to get through the rest of the bars this week, but I'm going to melt it for when I'm like kind of feeling like smelling those scents. That way I can, I think, give a really honest, good review when I'm like in the mood for those different scents. So thank you so much for watching. Leave a comment below which bars that I have talked about today, which ones you have smelled, and out of those, which is your favorite. Thank you so much, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.